Every year, foreigners arrive in India expecting chaos.
The most populated country in the world, known for being overcrowded, crazy, noisy, intense, fast-paced, and dangerous.
Overcrowded streets, religious tension, pollution, the India that they saw in Hollywood, Western news, viral videos, and then they arrive in Kerala, something shifts.
I think this is one of my favorite places we've ever been. I just love it here.
They don't just enjoy it, they respect it. Kerala continuously tops in global travel list, not for luxury resorts or exotic performance, but it feels like a place that actually works. Now, here is where it is getting interesting. The same Kerala described by foreigners as most livable part of India is the Kerala that some Indians calls it as anti-national, anti-Hindu, and too communist. Same state, completely opposite reactions. That gap is not coincidence, it is political and we need to talk about it. Foreigners don't arrive here for politics, they come here for backwaters, spice gardens, and Ayurveda. But what they live with is something unexpected. A place where women move freely in public places, where hospital functions, where literacy rate is 97%, where an auto driver gives you change without an argument. For someone from Europe or America, the countries that pride themselves on civic culture, Kerala feels like organized, dignified, familiar. And what strikes them more, Kerala did not build it because it was rich. It built it with no Silicon Valley, no massive natural resources, just the decades of land reforms, social movements, and political culture that demanded and delivered. Outsiders recognize that immediately because they understand what it takes. While some of the Indians are busy debating whether Kerala is Hindu enough or Indian enough, foreigners are quietly asking this question. Why doesn't rest of the India look like this? In Kerala, beef is not a statement, not a protest, not a rebellion, it's lunch. Beef fry and parota eaten by Hindus, Muslims, and Christians across canteens, street stalls, caste, and income groups. Nobody is making a political point, it's just food. In most of the world, what you eat is your business, full stop. But the honest truth about why it bothers a section of Indians, the offense is not religious, it is political. Beef taboo in Hindu tradition vary widely by region, caste, and community. It was never a pan-Hindu universal rule. The packaging of beef as an assault on Hinduism is a modern invention, a manufactured anxiety designed to portray Kerala as an enemy of Hindu civilization. Foreigners experience Kerala food as openness, but a section of Indians experience it as provocation. Same plate, different agenda. And Kerala is a state which chose left-wing politics over right-wing nationalism and succeeded, where religious minorities live without systematic fear, where lower caste organized, demanded rights, and won. A living proof that India doesn't need Hindu nationalism to build a functional, dignified society. That disproves the political project built on cultural uniformity. So the counter strategy is predictable. Attack the culture, call it anti-Hindu. Use slurs as rice bags and portray Kerala as hub of Islamism and anti-nationalism. The Kerala story was not just a film, it was a blueprint to make the India fear about the state that had audacity to be different. It worked on people who never visited Kerala, never knew a Malayalee, and understood Kerala entirely through WhatsApp forwards and primetime television outrage. Meanwhile, foreigners who actually came, walked the street, ate the food, speak to the people, and left with a completely different picture. Kerala's reputation is not only built by politics, it was built by people as well. Malayalis built communities everywhere they went. Gulf countries, Europe, Southeast Asia, doctors, nurses, teachers, engineers, workers, they did not just migrate, they carried something with them. That exposure transformed Kerala from inside. Decades of contact with outside world made Malayali society globally more aware, less hierarchical, and harder to impress with empty promises. Malayalis are not always smiling, not always soft, but direct and approachable. Also, they are comfortable in conversations without performing subservience. And crucially, they developed a culture of demanding things from public life. Better schools, better hospitals, better roads, not as favors, as rights. That stubbornness, sustained over generations, is what built Kerala's social infrastructure. Foreigners recognize it instantly because it resembles their own civic culture. And Kerala is not a fairy tale. The state runs on Gulf remittance, and that is not self-sustained economy. Educated youths leave because the jobs are not there. Kerala produces graduates faster than it produces opportunity. Drug abuse is claiming sharply among young men. Political violence is real and documented, and there are religious violence as well, both from Hindus and Muslim communities. But the difference is Kerala has a political culture that debates all of it openly. The problem is not hidden, they are argued about in newspapers, tea shops, and in public squares. That doesn't fix them, but it's a foundation that most states don't have. Why do foreigners admire Kerala? Because they judge it on outcome. Healthcare, literacy, civic sense, social dignity. Why some Indians hate it? Because Kerala doesn't fit the version of India they were sold. And that makes them uncomfortable. The beef on the plate, the communist flag on the wall, the temple next to the mosque, next to the church, the auto driver who gives you your change. To foreigners, signs of a society that works. To some Indians, provocation that demands explanation. Kerala did not ask for anyone's approval, it just built something better. And exactly that's what bothers people.